All right, we need to book the candlelight. We need to make sure we get to the Osborne lights.
Happy New Year!
Buses.
What are you doing?
I'm planning for Christmas at Disney World.
No. It's New Year's.
It is New Year's.
Here's your tiara.
It is New Year's. However, it is never too soon to plan for Christmas at Walt Disney World.
Is it too soon for too much cowbell?
I believe you can never have enough cowbell.
So what are you doing?
This year, 2014, I'm sorry, last year.
Yes, this is 2015.
Our Christmas trip to Disney World was planned at the very last minute.
Well,
which is a huge departure from the way we usually do things. So I am making sure that that doesn't happen again.
Okay, so we're definitely going to Disney for Christmas?
Absolutely. It is our thing. It is our tradition.
Well, that would be the first thing to know, because last year you said we were staying home for Christmas.
I did, and it didn't work out well because when certain members of our family realized that that meant not going to Disney World, we ended up booking at the last minute. And it was a bit of a struggle. We did get everything that we wanted. We got all the times we wanted, all the fast passes we wanted. We actually were very lucky in that. But it was a lot of hard work. I know you don't think so, because you didn't actually do any of it. But it was a lot of hard work.
I did have some of it, but whatever. I'm not dribbling over percentages.
You didn't do any of it.
98, 99%.
But the one thing that I hear every year from people when I start talking about planning a Christmas trip to Walt Disney World is why? Why would you want to go? It is the busiest time of the year. Oh, I can't go because the crowds are horrible. It's the worst time of the year to go. Why would you put yourselves through that?
Well, Disney's in Christmas mode from, like, what, Thanksgiving?
Yeah, and they actually start putting the decorations up even before that, because the Very Merry Christmas Party, Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party at the Magic Kingdom, begins usually right after the Halloween, not so scary Halloween party.
So you could go there a lot of time to get your Christmas Disney side going
without there being massive crowds. But there are conditions for some people.
Kids in school.
Kids in school.
Work.
People that work and can only get that week off. And people that really just want to go and see what it's all about. This is the time of year that they actually start that planning. You know, people that have to bid for their vacations are putting those bids in now. You know, people that have to request because they work in a big facility and they want to make sure they get the week off. Now is the time that they want to do it. So if they're on the fence about whether or not it's a good idea to go to Walt Disney World over Christmas break, I thought we could take a few minutes and talk to people about the realities of going to Walt Disney World at Christmas.
Okay, well, if you want to go to Disney at Christmas, you can't book your dining yet. That's how many days?
That's 180 days.
You can't book your FastPass Plus. That's 60
days if you're staying on property.
You can't buy your airfare yet. If you're driving, you know that you're driving, so that's no big deal. So the only thing you can really book right now is your hotel, or your hotel dining package, if that's out.
You can book your hotel. You can buy your tickets. I don't know yet, and I really should have checked before we went on camera. I don't know if you can book packages yet. The package prices usually start to come out around now, so you should be able to begin booking packages any day now.
Okay, so if you're booking right now for Christmas, what really is the best hotel to book? Book the one that gives you the view of the theme parks, or book the one that's the... No.
Well, here's the reality of that. You want to book what fits in your budget. For some people, that's going to be the All-Stars. For some people, that's going to be the Grand Floridian or the Polynesian or wherever. If you have the luxury of booking something with a theme park view, that may end up being a benefit to you over the course of your week.
Time management-wise.
Time management-wise.
And crowds.
And crowd management-wise. So if the option is available to you to book something with a Magic Kingdom view, you might definitely want to consider Christmas as the time to do that.
Or a splurge night or two.
Or a splurge night or two. Or book yourself dinner at a resort that has it, that you could, you know, the Contemporary has an observation deck, the Polynesian has a beach, you can see Wish's fireworks from there. So there are options around without actually being in the Magic Kingdom where you can see the Magic Kingdom fireworks. And again, that might work out better for you in terms of crowd management.
Okay, so booking your hotel, there's another benefit to handling the crowds, and that has to do with your room key gets you in earlier and lets you stay later.
So The most important thing before we even start there, because you're not following the itinerary at all.
This is an ad hoc show.
You're going to be ad hoc right out of here. The very first thing you need to do is you really need to put some plans in place. Christmas is not the week that you just show up and expect to have a fabulous time. Even if you only have 4 weeks out, even if you only have 2 weeks out, get yourself a game plan going.
Christmas this year is on a Friday.
Christmas this year is on a Friday.
So that means that if you know
a lot of the schools up here are going to be out on the 23rd. They'll have a half a day or maybe even a full day for some schools on the 23rd. So they'll have Christmas Eve and Christmas Day off, which means if you have the option, like some schools will be off that entire week. If you have that option, you might want to consider going the weekend before Christmas and use your vacation time up till Christmas Eve or even the day before.
You still get your Christmas Disney side, but you'll
get the benefit of all of the magic of Christmas at Disney, but you do miss some of the crowds. Now, the crowds are going to start to definitely pick up by the 23rd. There will even be people, that take their kids out of school the 23rd and, make it a little bit longer. But you should be aware that towards the end of that week, the closer you get to Christmas, the more the crowds are going to be. And the week after Christmas, you're going to be at peak crowd capacity the entire week.
Okay, best way to handle the crowds is show up early, stay on the parks, get that extra magic hours thing. Do you know which parks you're going to get extra magic hours for far in advance, or do you have to take a gamble?
So about 6 months in advance. They try to release the park calendars around the same time that you'll be booking your dining reservations. What works for us. It's not going to work for everybody because not everybody, is capable of getting up early.
Rope drop.
But what works for us is rope drop. And even better if we can take advantage of a morning extra magic hours. By getting there for early morning extra magic hours, you're usually in the parks a good hour before the general public.
For those who don't know what rope drop is, it's 2 people, cast members, standing there with a rope, waiting until it's time. At the Magic Kingdom, it's an actual celebration at the train station. There's a thing that goes on, but once that rope drops, whoosh, you're booking into the park to do stuff.
You are. But the advantage, if you have the morning extra magic hours, is before the general public can come into the theme park, you as a resort guest will be able to go into the theme park. You don't even have to book fast passes during that time. You can pretty much take advantage of the lighter crowds and hit some of the bigger attractions that you might not have a fast pass for, or that will have an outrageous line at the end of the day.
So on the day that we went to the Magic Kingdom closed due to capacity.
Yes. And you will find that with the Magic Kingdom frequently Christmas week. There will be multiple days that it closes to capacity.
I'm trying to speed this up. So in the Magic Kingdom, on a day that it was closed to capacity, we had fast passes, and we got to go on 7 or 8 other rides.
We did.
And we were out of there by 3 o'clock or so, 2 or 3 o'clock.
We were done by 2 o'clock. And basically the way we did it...
That sounds like, to me, that's a very packed day at the Magic Kingdom, getting an awful lot of stuff done.
Well, it is.
And then we went back to our room and had dinner, and then we watched the fireworks from our balcony.
The way we did it, though, is in that hour of morning extra magic hours, we did 5 attractions that we did not have fast passes for. So that enabled the kids to ride the Astro Orbiter, Buzz Lightyear, the Jingle Cruise. We did an awful lot of things in that hour before the park actually opened.
Unfortunately, we did miss the Tomorrowland Transportation System Pedway People Mover.
Or whatever they're calling it nowadays.
Yes. That is unfortunately a low point of this entire thing. There are some of your favorite things, like the Pedway People Mover, that you will miss out on.
You don't have to, though. That could be one of the attractions that you hit at rope drop or during your early morning extra magic hours. What we did that worked well for us this trip is we took advantage of rope drop and extra magic hours and booked our fast passes for a little bit later in the day. So we had things to do.
And again, for the things that we absolutely wanted to make sure the kids got on.
Yes, we made sure they got to Big Thunder Mountain because that's one of their favorites. We made sure they did, what else did we have fast passes for? Seven Dwarfs Mine Train.
Seven Dwarfs Mine Train.
So we made sure that the kids had the fast passes for the things that they definitely wanted to do.
Oh, and the racetrack thing.
And Tomorrowland Speedway. So we did get to do everything that we wanted to do, plus we got to do bonus things. Now, I consider it a successful day if you get in your top 3 attractions, which you can book your FastPass plus 4, and at least 2 other things. Someone at one of the theme parks, one of the cast members, said they consider it a good day if you can do 7 to 8 things at the Magic Kingdom during Christmas week. We exceeded that. We exceeded it. And we waited in line for a Starbucks coffee and for breakfast. I did the breakfast, you did the coffee. So it's not like we ran like lunatics through the park to get everything done. The thing that I also want to point out is...
we did get to go shopping. You looked at the Dorney and Bork bags. We did pick up...
Dorney and Burke.
Okay. We did get your...
We did get watches. We got our Mickey Mouse watches. Where's your Mickey Mouse watch?
It's on my wristband thing. Okay. So we did get to go through the Main Street shops. We did make the Starbucks run for you.
Yes.
The kids rode Buzz Lightyear. We had the Rocket to Mars.
That's the Astro Orbiter.
Astro Orbiter. It's old school.
Old school.
I am 29, you know. I've used the old names.
No, but we did Seven Dwarfs, we did Teacups, we did Big Thunder Mountain, PhilharMagic, Jingle Cruise.
We stood in line for character pictures with Alice.
We did Teacups. Did I say Teacups?
Yes.
We did Teacups. So
we did the Winnie the Pooh ride.
We did the Winnie the Pooh ride. We got to play with the dripping honey and all the things. Yeah. So we did get a lot done. We actually did get a lot done. And
Haunted Mansion.
And the best part,
we saw some of the parade while we walked through it, going to another thing.
And the best part of it was, by the time it was 2 o'clock and the park was wall-to-wall people, we were leaving.
2 most important things. We went to the Jingle Cruise, a must-do thing at Christmas time. And then we also had what?
Oh, Dole Whip. Had to stop and get a Dole Whip. But even the line for the Dole Whip, I mean, we got our Dole Whip around 11:30.
Like 1.
While the kids were...
Kids were on Seven Dwarfs Mine Train.
Kids were going on Big Thunder Mountain or something.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Big Thunder Mountain. Even that, without a FastPass, they still got on.
No, we had a FastPass for that.
Oh, we did? Oh, okay.
Yeah. But, yeah, we had no trouble finding a seat. We had the Dole Whip. We didn't wait that long in line.
Even Jingle Cruise, our line for that wait was only 5 or 10 minutes. Now we skipped Pirates because the line for that was too long.
The line for Pirates was an hour. But again, that brings up another point. If this is going to be your once-in-a-lifetime trip, if this is going to be your experience of a lifetime, I feel like you're going to leave disappointed. You might not want this to be your first Walt Disney World experience. You might not want this week to be your once-in-a-lifetime trip.
Well, just the navigation across the parade. I mean, as soon as we heard the parade music starting, we were in line for something, moved out of it knowing we had to get to the other side of the park for 2 other things, and knew how to navigate to cut across the park. Excuse me, stood at one spot waiting for the cast member to make a break in the parade to jump across to the other side of the parade. I mean, if you haven't been to the park enough, you're not going to know how to do that, and suddenly, instead of seeing the parade, you're going to become someone standing for the parade.
Yeah, if you're new to Walt Disney World, you've never been there before,
why would you miss the parade?
You're holding the map, you're looking for things, you're trying to figure out where things are on the map. You may not even be aware that Buzz Lightyear is all the way over here, Pirates of the Caribbean is all the way over here. You don't have really that knowledge to navigate the park and know, don't book your FastPass here and then your FastPass here. Try and, keep it in kind of a pattern so that you're not running back and forth. So yeah, and again, the crowds are astronomical. There are outrageous crowds. There's no 2 ways about it.
Yep. And the crowds have a lot to do with it because, I mean, there's the shows at the castle. There's all the people just standing there watching the show. You cannot hop back and forth across the castle easy when that's going on.
No, it's virtually impossible. But again, that's where planning comes in. That's where using your extra magic hours comes in. That's where, go at rope drop comes in. But definitely don't make this your once in a lifetime because you're not going to get to see everything there is to see. You can definitely see the top things that you want to do. You can definitely see at least the top 3 things that you want to do using your FastPass Plus, but you're not going to get to see everything Christmas week. It's just not possible.
Okay.
And I think that's really our next tip. If you go there, even as a repeat park goer, as a repeat guest to the theme parks, and you think, oh, I know where everything is. I'm going to be able to run from here to there. I know all the ins and outs. I know all the secret hallways and alleyways and all this other stuff. the wait for some of these attractions was 200 minutes. If you don't have a FastPass for those attractions, 200 minutes is eating up a huge part of your park day. That's standing in line for more than 3 hours.
On a ride that you've been on already.
On an attraction that you've been on already.
Why would you not use that time, first off, just to get out of the line for people who've never done it before? But secondly, why would you subject you and your kids to that? I mean, that's an hour and a half, 2 hours. You could be out going to the resort, seeing the gingerbread house, going over to the Poly and seeing the new lobby, seeing the new deck construction going on. You could be walking around downtown Disney just looking at the shops or getting a character picture. I mean, there's so much other stuff to do than just standing in line.
And that's kind of what we do.
For something you've already done.
Yeah, we avoid anything that has a line longer than 30 minutes. And really the 30-minute attractions are ones that we really, really want to do, that the kids absolutely love, and we couldn't get fast passes for them. But once the lines start to surpass 30 minutes, we'll go and see the shows. We'll stand at the Castle forecourt and watch the show.
Oh yeah, we saw PhilharMagic.
We saw PhilharMagic. And then we do leave. Most of our evening dining reservations.
Oh, we also went on the tour of the bathrooms, the most fabulous bathrooms in the Magic Kingdom.
We did. We went to see the Tangled bathrooms. But we were out of the park 2 o'clock. Our evening meal was not in a theme park. We made sure we had reservations outside of the theme parks. We got to, hop on the monorail. We got to hop on boats that we don't usually take because we're in such a hurry to get from here to there.
Yeah, the kids actually went back to the room to go to the pool with the keys. You and I took the boat ride, and we hit the Grand Floridian and we hit the Poly from the boat route.
Yeah, so it's a much more leisurely pace that we took. Just resigned to the fact that we weren't going to see everything, and we weren't going to make anybody uncomfortable. As soon as we were done, as soon as the kids were hot and it was really, really crowded, there was no doubt that we were just going to go back and relax at the resort.
Which is another good point. This is Christmas. We've had Christmases, especially when we lived in Orlando, where we were at the parks wearing a jacket and long sleeve sweatshirts and hats and gloves and having the fireplace at home running.
Yeah, and we had mid-80s during our Christmas week visit this time, so it was hot.
Yeah, don't expect it to be comfortable. It could be hot and sweaty.
Yeah, it could be hot.
Especially if you're coming from the north where you flew down wearing a winter coat and now you walk into 80-degree weather and it's that change of climate for the kids.
Yeah. So I think, to wrap it up, those are our really 4 big tips for navigating Walt Disney World at Christmas. Yeah. First of all, we love it at Christmas time. We would not miss it at Christmas time if we didn't have to.
And Christmas time doesn't mean Christmas week. It's an extended period of time.
Yeah, but if you are going to go Christmas week, our big tips, make sure you plan in advance. Even if you only plan 2 weeks ahead of time, 3 weeks.
Stay on property.
Stay on property if you can, absolutely, so that you can take advantage of extra magic hours. If you cannot stay on property, make sure you're there at rope drop, which may mean being in line 30 minutes, 45 minutes before rope drop.
Now, there was a picture in the Sentinel while we were there of the line of people waiting to get through the parking plaza to get their cars parked. So you may wind up having to get up quite a bit earlier on those days just to navigate the Magic Kingdom, to get in to park your car, to get into the Magic Kingdom.
Absolutely.
Before you ever get the rope drop.
Resign yourself to not seeing everything.
And keep that in mind, especially if you've got little kids or, cranky old people in your party. I mean, you never know.
Are you calling me a cranky old people?
The shoe fits, princess, but no syndrome.
And use your downtime to enjoy the other holiday festivities, the Christmas trees, the beautiful holiday decorations, the gingerbread house, the phenomenal holiday atmosphere.
The turkey legs.
The turkey legs.
Which we took pictures of at every park this year.
We didn't.
We didn't buy them, but we did take pictures of where there was
selling them. Those turkey legs. So that's it for us for planning your Christmas trip next year. And I am Anna from BeautyGirlsMom.com. Don't forget to subscribe.
Happy New Year. Happy 2015.
Happy New Year. Don't forget to subscribe if you'd like to keep up with our nonsense and ramblings.
And we'll see you real soon.